How did it go today?
It was good. Once again, the energy was high. I think guys are still trying to process a lot of things we're throwing at them. Mixing up the groups causes a little confusion, but I think this is the time to push the limits a little bit. See what they retain and how do they carry that onto the floor. Overall, great day, pretty competitive. So I'm pleased with where we are right now.
Have you got a sense as to where the team's basketball conditioning is?
It's good, not great, but I think it's better than it probably was a little bit this time last year. I think it's better.
Did everybody except for Gaff and Landry go?
Everyone was other than those two was a participant, which was a good sign. Yeah.
How's Denny's back? Was he able to do things today?
He was able to do more, so he progressed. He's trending in the right direction.
What has stood out to you about Patrick Baldwin Jr. so
far? You know what? He's showing us a little bit more, I think, every week. I think he wants to be a solid positional defender. So learning to kind of own his voice, understand what we're trying to do, how we do it, being able to articulate that as a big, I think it's a very important thing. Learn to kind of quarterback the defense, talk smalls through situations. There's a growth track in that. It's easy to say this is what needs to happen. It's another thing to be able to articulate for other people through those scenarios, and it happens quickly. So being able to process some of that is a challenge for a young player, and we're seeing growth in those areas, which is certainly a good sign.
How about Ryan Rollins?
Ryan too, and I told him this 2 days ago. He's showing me that he can be a consistent two-way player. He's got physical tools, he's got length, better athlete than I thought he was. Obviously he can score the ball, I think everyone knows that. But to see him guard, I think he can be a lead on that end. Just probably hasn't been forced to do it, but I think that's certainly something we can dial into.
Wes, Will and Michael said they spent time with all the players asking what they wanted to see from the organization. I wonder if you had any of those conversations with Cruz specifically over the summer, just what he's looking for, what he wants, and if you could give us a gist.
Yes and no. No, it's of course we've had conversations. I think there was my request, and I think he understands that. He wants to take on more leadership. And that's aligned with some of the things that we talked about. And it's still not us throwing that solely on his shoulders. I still believe that that's got to be something we do by committee. But to see him, grow in that area, it will be a tremendous step for him, and it'd be great for this group.
How do you cater to his individual needs, and for that matter, Jordan's, when they're kind of the ones at the little different timeline, kind of?
Well, no, I think they're bought into what we're trying to do. They understand where we are and the progression that this is going to take. We want every single one of our players to, meet their maximum potential. So it's not us catering to one or two. The priority, of course, is the group. But within that, we want every individual to have an opportunity to be the best version of them.
In terms of stacking days together, what did you feel like you accomplished today, and is there anything that you didn't get to or didn't see today that you're pushing to tomorrow?
Oh, well, yeah, you always have a plan, and then you kind of, adjust when you need to. The biggest thing to see, was there more carryover than what we had yesterday? In general, there was. It wasn't perfect, but better technique, a little better levels of communication. There was some carryover in our execution, but still some slippage in some areas. And then a lot of that's, you get fatigued. We're pushing guys to, play a lot of live ball, with three teams out there. There's not a ton of rest. So the mental stress, along with the physical demands, puts a lot of pressure on guys to, really dial into the details in the moment. That's hard to do.
Coach, how you doing? Good. How are you? I'm doing excellent. The buzz is Jordan Poole and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗪 Kuzma. The synergy, the energy, the camaraderie. What have you seen from those two so far that get you excited for this season?
Well, they're both competitors, and you can tell they have a relationship, or they've cultivated a relationship. They're going to push each other, and I think that's a great sign when you have guys who have elite level talent, but also are capable of uplifting the guys around them. Kind of bringing some of the younger guys with them. At the same time, pushing each other to be better than they were the day before.
The biggest adjustment from yesterday to today for you?
We had a lot of more things like defensively on the switches and everything. So yeah, they had a lot of things in like a couple of minutes. So yeah, we just gotta adjust and just get everything in their head. But that's kind of complicated sometimes. So don't be afraid to ask and everything. That's it.
Who were you most communicating with today?
Today I've been talking a lot with Coach Brian and Coach Alexis, French new guy who came here. So yeah, both of them.
What about the players?
The players, I'll say JP because he was in my team. So yeah, I talked a lot with him, and yeah, that was the one who I was talking the most. Yeah.
Well, how are practices, training camps here different than they were in France? Is the pace differences? Are there any differences?
Yeah, way different. In France, we were not like playing basketball that much. We were like running, doing conditioning more. But here we're doing both at the same time. So yeah, that's kind of different.
How's that been for you?
Cool. I like it. I prefer to play basketball than running. So yeah.
What have you noticed about the example that some of the veterans on this team, like 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓 and Poole, have set so far for you?
Yeah, they told us to first of all be on time every time. That's the most important. And just trying to work, stay as much as possible in the gym, and listen. Do not talk during somebody's talking. Yeah, that's it.
What have you enjoyed the most these last 2 practices?
I'd say the freedom, when we're playing. Offensively, you can play. We're just adjusting defensively, but offensively, yeah, they just let you play. So I'm enjoying that.
What have you thought about working with Coach Unseld so far?
He be talking a lot to me. Whenever you see that I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't really know. He's coming to me, taking the time to explain. So yeah, he's a great guy.
I think that starts with Cruz and Poole. Just what have you seen from their tandem and their friendship or partnership that's so infectious right now?
Oh yeah, like I said, they're trying to do everything together with the whole team and everything. So yeah, even on the court, they be talking. Even if they're not on the same team, both of them can come to me and tell me, yeah, you got to do this like that. So yeah, they are great leaders.
But are you having fun here so far?
Yeah, we get to play the game that we love every day, night in and night out. We got a really good group of guys, competitive, a lot of good energy.
What's been the biggest challenge, stacking days, like yesterday and bringing things into today and carrying that forward to tomorrow?
Just getting everything in rhythm. A lot of moving pieces, still new. But we got a lot of guys who are willing to learn, willing to put in the work, ask questions, they're curious. So it'll speed up our learning curve. And we're all here together. But it'll be tough, just in general, coming in early part of the season, getting in our flow, getting our legs under us, getting our conditioning right. Communication, as those things start to go along over the course of the weeks, will be fine.
And Bilal said that you've been talking to him. What kinds of things have you been telling him and imploring him to do?
Yeah. He's just so curious, and he's willing to learn. He's willing to listen. He's willing to work. So just anything that I see that I thought would have been helpful from my rookie season or earlier on, I'll just mention it, whether it's something about a ball screen, whether it's something about angles, something about his routine, just anything that he can use if it fits his nature, style of play, lifestyle, just to better him as a person and like a player.
Jordan, what have you learned about 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓 so far?
A lot. A ton. A lot. I mean, in terms of what?
His personality.
He's insane. Midwest guy from Michigan. Have a lot in common. Same agency. Authentic, genuine, hard worker, competitive, and he's really smart. He's intelligent, he knows the game. I think a lot of people don't really understand that about him. He's coming from high-level basketball. He's run a lot of high-level basketball players as well. But he thinks the game. He likes to have fun in terms of just getting better, embracing the opportunity where we are, our situation. So yeah, a lot of positive things to say about 𝗙𝗢𝗟.